Then a warm welcome from our side. I'm just showing you the agenda here. So we did already the warm up. We did already the introduction round. And before we are jumping into the demo, which Benjamin is actually walking you through, um, I will give you, or would like to give you, or make a few comments what we are actually talking about as an introduction, where the idea was coming from, and maybe also something about the business implications we see, but we might also push that further forward when we are doing the summary here after the demo. And then we also plan for a little bit of a question and an answer session. And then we have another three boxes canvas, which we would like you to fill out or help us to fill out as a feedback. So then let me start here. Introduction into strategy as a software. So for those, some of you actually know Datentreiber. For those of you who don't, we are a strategy consulting and we are helping clients to build data analytics and AI strategies. So where's the connection to Miro? Well, the connection to Miro is actually pretty easy since, at least since Corona, I would say. Miro is kind of our operating system. So over the past 10 years, we developed a methodology, kind of blending of best practices for strategy consulting, design thinking, the CRISP framework. The data guys will know this term, and blended that into a structured process in order to guide clients through the development process of building their data strategy, their data analytics and AI strategy. And we are doing this in Miro because we are working basically 100% in Miro. So all the tools we have, all the facilitation we do, all the workshops we do, basically everything is documented in Miro, and Miro is really like kind of operating system for us. So we couldn't survive without Miro. So, and if you look at the strategy process itself, or the development process for an AI strategy, one of the major questions, because that is what strategy is about, what to focus on. And we built several tools and we built them in Miro, obviously, but we have a very good example today, and it's really just an example. It's actually a demo we submitted to one of the Miro challenges, to two challenges actually. And that is a data and AI use case manager. So what companies usually need to do is to derive from their aspiration, from maybe an also already described strategy document, derived kind of OKRs, so where they really want to go, and then derive from the OKRs criterias in order to evaluate what is a good analytical use case, which is in line with my strategic goals. And that's a typical problem each and every of our customer has. And as you can think of, it's not a one shot, but it's an ongoing process which needs evaluation over and over again. And maybe also strategy is changing. So the criteria is to evaluate and to judge on these data and AI use cases is changing. And usually this is done by hand and maybe with some tools like Excel or spreadsheets. And what we did is, and Benjamin will show you this in a few minutes or in a few moments, is an automated process via or with the help of Miro AI, where humans and the AI are working closely together. And that brings us automatically in kind of business applications, because the way we worked or operated in the past was that we brought people together either in a single room or virtually, like we are doing it here, and then discussing these things and then facilitating. We were kind of the facilitator and used Miro as a facilitation tool. So with this approach, what we see is that the way we are going to operate as consultancy, or our offering as consultancy, will change completely, because all the things we did kind of synchronously. You can do now with this Miro AI and with the general approach, you can do now asynchronously. And that opens up a lot of new opportunities. And that's not just true for the strategy process itself. It is, oh, your free meeting will end in 10 minutes, it says. Oops. Ah, upgrade. Okay, sorry. Oops, Allah. Upgrade to Pro, sorry. And that is not just true for the strategy development process, but this applies to basically everything which has to do or which goes through a process like ideation, collecting things, grouping them together, judging on them, and then building something which is hopefully also executable, which is in our case is a piece of software. So Benjamin, I will stop here now and upgrade to Pro so that we don't lose the session and
Yeah,
give it over
right.
to you. Okay.
Okay, all right. Um,
I stop sharing
yes, I will share my screen.
and
Okay. Nope, just minimize. Can you see it? So this, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let us hope that we stay here in the meeting. Okay, so yeah, it's like I think Georg made a good introduction. Like what was in my mind additionally is like the strategy process is about collaboration. It's about getting everyone on the same page. And so like Miro is a collaboration tool, and now Miro has these AI tools. And so our question was also here how we can combine this, like the collaboration aspect and the Miro. And so we built something with the Miro AI flows that are already there in Miro. Yeah, I will just show you. I mean, it's the things are already here, as you can see. You see my screen, right, everyone? Yeah.
yeah, I do. Mhm.
Okay, so like we start with a human input, which is in this case is a strategy document. So, but it could also be another artifact. It's like we use now here a PDF version of a publicly available typical stereotypical strategy document from Mitsubishi, like with lots of buzzwords and KPIs and yeah, lots of goals. Okay, and now our next step is to because like the end goal is we want as Georg explained, we want to have a software, a product at the end that is derived kind of or parts of it from the strategy. So we need some intermediate steps to get there. At first, we want to extract the objectives and key results. And for this, we simply use a prompt. So this is the Miro AI flow is basically to look at all of the PDF slides, and then this prompt is applied on all of them. I chose the model here. It's Opus Cloud Opus 4.6. You can. It's not like the frontline models. They are not much of a difference with this kind of a task. And it's kind of a technical prompt. And the idea is just to structure and extract information from the strategy document. Maybe this is also a good time to show you this because what we are doing here is essentially we use a process of divergence and convergence. So first, like we have the strategy document, which is already a condensed version of information, and now we go and try to extract and spread it out, and define new new data points, and those are the OKRs. This is a simple, I think, this step. The next step is that we kind of filter these results further and start to go in the converging process again. So the idea is, with another prompt, which is much larger, to create a table and kind of extract now from the OKRs prioritization criteria. But not only those, also to categorize them according to viability, desirability, and feasibility, because this is in the Datentreiber framework. This is like the 3 pillars that every strategy has to encompass. So, and also we want a definition of this prioritization criteria and why it matters. We could also, ask the AI to to kind of give us more information, because it's like it's generative. So it takes some information, combines it with a prompt, and synthesizes something new from it. But we will need this information later on for our software vibe coding. So we chose those. We choose those information artifacts. And so now we were in the like Miro AI flow area, and now we have again the humans in the loop. I don't know, maybe we just do it now, just that you can see. I will delete this. And I will just hit these action buttons. And now what this button does, it simply extracts from every row this cell in the criterion column, and sorts it into the corresponding category. So we have now, So we have now, wait, I have to, it's a little bit, so we have now those, the names of the prioritization criteria. This is something that the Miro AI is still missing, like those details, for example, regulating in what output size you want the sticky notes and this kind of stuff. But it's like, especially for those kind of repetitive or tasks, it's really well actually to use the Miro AI. So maybe we just make a dummy voting. Just put some dot votes here. You can see them if you want, and smash them on the on the prioritization criteria. The color doesn't matter. And you can also put 2 or 3 on one. And yeah, the idea is that like from the strategic perspective, like now we want to filter out even more. Like we're still in the process of converging to a single point, where we have now a set, and we want usually 6 to 10 prioritization criteria, not more, to focus. Yeah, that's enough. I think that's good. So we have now all of those dots. Some don't have any dots, some have 2 or 3. And now we go back to the Miro AI flow, but it's also like mainly this is not a let's say thinking task. It's a bureaucratic task. So we the Miro AI is now, when I hit this button, it will now check which sticky notes I have a vote on it, and this is defined only in the prompt, and the output format is a table. So the Miro AI already knows, okay, I have to put it in the table format. And I also connected the parent table, this one, where the additional information of definition and why it matters for every prioritization criterion, I connected it, I plugged it in the same table, and I tasked the AI with the prompt to match those, like because the names they are the same, and then to select the 2 or 3 with the highest voting and extract the additional information from the parent table. So you can see with the Miro AI, it's easy to kind of create flows and streams where you can plug in many inputs into one output, and then that's exactly this process of convergence and divergence. As long as this loads, let's just focus for a second on another aspect, because our goal now is to wipe code an application. And we would use Lovable for this. We used Lovable. I won't do it now, obviously, because it takes some time. But as a context, with the preparation that I have set up on this board now, it's one click, basically. Maybe you have to allow some like the board access, but it basically all the information Lovable needs to code the app end to end is already in those gray areas. And we have here the general app instructions, and this I prepared beforehand, but also I used AI. So this is like a this is basically, this defines the kind of software you want. Like we wanted now a use case prioritization manager, or like a catalog that categorizes and scores based on the prioritization criteria, and but also can translate use case ideas in natural language into a catalog. And we will see this in a second. So this was our idea, our deliverable of transferring the strategy into something actionable that you can actually use. Yeah. And so we have this master spec, and this is I'm honest, like this is, you could do this with Miro AI, but I used GPT in the Pro version, and basically put everything inside, like the JSON contract that the internal AI is supposed to use, and the prompts I want them to have, and the structure and the features of the app. And the scoring rulebook is basically just how the internal scoring model should be programmed into the app. I'm wondering why this is still running. Is it for you the same, Georg? Do you see?
I don't. On my screen, it's okay. Now, if you zoom in, yes, it's still. These bars are still working. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's strange. It was, I mean, I don't know why, because the Miro AI is also in a beta mode. They change sometimes, they change things. For example, in the beginning, I had to edit these action buttons. Yeah, but usually you would just have here a subset of 6 to 10 prioritization criteria, and they would also have a weighting. And this is based on the votes this prioritization criteria got. And this is the dynamic, the strategy specific input. This is based on the process, on the voting. Like this is this changes every time. Whereas the general app instructions are the part that is static, that is predefined, and those two merge and synthesize in with Lovable and create, like, this was actually the real app.
So, and before you get to that point, Benjamin, we have 2 questions from Sandy. How did you make the create sticky notes prompt, or are you saying you asked Miro AI to do this from the left column?
Yeah. So this is an action button, and I said basically I had to create a frame here, as you can see, this looks a little bit like visually redundant because I have here the sticky note, and I also have the frame with the same name. So I created 3 frames because the frames, as you will see now, are the source or destination areas. So you have to have a frame. You cannot have a shape, for example. You have there are some data types that are accepted. You can have doc files, tables as sources and as outputs. And I choose I want to create sticky notes, and I choose as the source. I choose the table, and the table, funny enough, also has to be inside a frame. This is why also I have here the visually not so convincing additional description, title, prioritization criteria. So the whole table is inside a frame. And so what I did, like the source is the same for all 3. For all 3 subframes: viability, desirability, and feasibility. But for this, I choose, the destination should be the frame viability. And the prompt, I will just copy it on the board, then you can read it. It basically is a precise instruction for the AI to only focus on the rows with the respective category, in this case viability, and extract the exact text that is written into criterion. So I basically described it. It's no magic. It's a structured way of instruction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the first. Sandy, does that answer your first question?
I think so. I'm more curious though, did you first so I understand the frame creation and the reason for it, but then to create that particular one where it says create sticky notes, did you click on the frame and then right click and then you've got that modal pop up?
No, you create a generic button, and then you have to configure it. You have to give it a label, and then you have to say what it is. Like, this is create with Miro AI. It's kind of, you have to figure it out. It's a little bit confusing. In this category, then you have the option to create sticky notes. It's also generic.
Okay.
And then you have the source, the destination, and the prompt. And so in this 3, they kind of create the action. Yeah.
But you first started by creating a button.
Yeah, I think.
Is that right?
It's yeah. I think I first started with creating the frames. I had the mental model. Okay, I need a source, I need a destination.
Yeah.
And then the prompt is just describing how you get the data from the source to the destination.
Right.
As precise as you can. This is
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't know you can embed an AI prompt inside a button. That's what I'm missing. And the button you just created by the shapes on the left? By the left now there, where the shapes are?
Yeah, I think you can. You have to search for action buttons.
Action buttons. Okay, got it.
All right.
Thank
so
you.
let's move on, because otherwise we are running totally out of time discussing the details.
Was there one more question?
Yeah, I think
no, it answered it. You answered it.
That was the question about the buttons. Yeah.
Yeah. But there was another question, right?
Yeah, that was the second question, was about the buttons.
All right, then I can move on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, basically, I mean, it's a lot of, if you're new to this, especially because it's not only AI. I mean, we all kind of used now to AI in one way or form, but inside the Miro framework, there's lots of specialties. It can be confusing, but I mean, it's actually easier inside the Miro, I would say. I would recommend playing around. And yeah, let's come to the use case manager. And I mean, I prepared also here some example prompts, because here, as you can see, wait, I have to kind of move the zoom. Okay. So here we have the idea of, there's nothing here yet. Let's
Just
just
for a
start with,
general, just Benjamin, sorry for
yeah,
interrupting. Just the general. So this is the AI generated app which you just built by pushing that button. So for everybody
right.
to
And it was
understand,
first
yeah.
shot. It was
Yeah.
first shot. Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
So, yeah, I will just show you what it does, because the idea is that, for example, anyone like a business manager, for example, can describe an idea for a use case in plain language, in natural language. And yeah, I mean, maybe a business manager would use more meta descriptions or buzzwords. So the idea is that the app, the internal AI function, takes this idea and maps it to a use case catalog with a structure, and this structure is defined by the scoring rulebook, but also by the prioritization criteria. They define an internal scoring model, and we will let's just try it. I think it should work. And then we also see the catalog. And I said, I mean, I had a generic prompt. We need to leverage our existing customer data assets to drive a truly holistic blah 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 blah. So let's see if it can do it. Yeah, and so there's a lot essentially what comes out, and it pre-fills the structure of a hypothetical use case catalog with a description, title, but also application domains, hypothetical KPIs, data domains, and I can of course write something for myself. So I can add something, I can delete, yeah. But the whole cognitive load of transferring the idea into the catalog is kind of pre-digested by AI. I can also here, it also pre-scores, it gives suggestions of how well this use case idea fits any given prioritization criterion. And I can change it, or I can just let it, and I can confirm it. I will just do it for this one now, and save the use case. And now we have our first use case.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I go here, I see the scores. I see I mean, this is something, it's the first shot. So to remember this. And I mean, the thing with, of course, all vibe coding, you can edit your final product. You can change the application. Yeah, but so we have now, this is like, this product, this software would look different for every strategy that is the input strategy. Yeah, I think that's my final word. And let me see here. And yeah, so we basically went through this process, and I think this is also like, to sum it up, is the how we want to now explore more, but also how we think. Actually, it is possible to work collaboratively with AI when you kind of pick up this process of diverging and converging, which AI does anyway. So AI generates lots of things, but then you need to focus and decide, and then you can repeat the process. So it's little steps, and they follow a similar pattern. Yeah.
So it might be a little bit confusing because we have AI 3 times in there, right? Because I mean, we are building a data and AI strategy. That's the overall goal. We are using AI to run in a collaborative way with humans who also have an influence and actually make the decisions. So we're using AI to do that, to not just only facilitate, but really kind of control the flow.
Yeah.
And then we build an app which uses AI
Yeah.
again to extract the information or the meaning from what somebody would like to put in normal human language, like business people usually do.
Yeah.
So it's actually AI in three different, not forms, but three different ways we use it with this app. And that might be a little bit confusing to understand.
Yeah.
So, but I hope you understand that it's not a 100% automated process. You just put in, you have, in this example, you have a slide presentation already done and ready, and you just put it on the board and hit the button, and then everything happens magically. That is actually not the case. So the human is always in the loop. You have always to cross-check. The human has to make the decision again, what are the criterias? And then also in the evaluation, what you saw from what Benjamin showed you, you have to confirm that the results the AI came up with are actually correct.
Yes. And I
So,
mean,
yeah, yeah, go
just
on.
one more thing, like, and then maybe to questions. I think this the general idea of that we now kind of create a software on demand. This is something that will come up a lot in the future, like everything on demand, dashboard on demand, yeah, disposable pixels, disposable lines of code. And what we try to achieve here is kind of give it a framework that it doesn't start from scratch, because vibe coding is something anybody could do, but essentially try to use our strategic methodology and thinking to apply it here and give like the right inputs that then drive the right outcome. This is, I would say, to summarize it. Yeah.
Okay, Benjamin, then I would say thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
And
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, questions.
yeah, with that,
I think it was confusing.
Not a
any
question,
questions?
just maybe a comment.
Yeah.
This is really helpful. And I think in any time we're building a new process, system, solution, software, whatever it is we're doing, it's iterative, right? And I can see this as thinking of it, and I appreciated, Georg, the way you broke down, okay, how are we using AI in this? We're using it in different ways.
Yeah.
But then thinking of this as, okay, this is, a way to go from strategy to software rather quickly. But then thinking of it also as a version 1. Okay, what does version 2 look like?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It is, and don't forget, this is not a full-fledged, ready to go, production-ready product. It's actually a demo. And I think of the capabilities you have already in that demo, and if you would make that production ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really helpful.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I mean, also here we just assumed that the input is like one artifact, a strategy presentation, but you could essentially think of a whole process here that 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 also uses AI. So you can then you can create different artifacts, and yeah, it doesn't have to be just this. It's just a shortcut from all of this.
Yeah. Thomas, you have a question.
Yeah, I'm wondering, the way I always understood strategy is more of a comprehensive framework, which is sort of a roadmap where I want to go and what is my vision. And part of a strategy is a multitude of possible applications. So
Yeah.
if I input a complete strategy, then I need to sort of direct the AI with a smart prompting. Just pick this one little thing out of the strategy because I want to create a software out of it. Like, I kind of output is a software version 1, input is a strategy, and I feel like the strategy is a little bit too big to end up with one piece of software. So rather than me saying, okay, why do I, I don't get the connection, or I'm probably blocked in my mind. Why do I need a strategy to get a piece of software? So I can speed that up in terms of, okay, usually I have an idea about a software because I have conversations or see a need with my clients. So I make a feature list and then I input it into the AI and then I create the software. So I don't really get, maybe I missed something.
Yeah. I think the misunderstanding is somewhere else. It's not that we translate the strategy into software. We build a tool which is called a use case manager. So and you can put in, Benjamin just used one example. You might have hundreds of different use cases from your strategy, from your ideation, and you maintain them and describe them or have an interface for business users or any other kind of users to put in their ideas and then get an automatically ranking out of that. And this is now, and this is where we close the gap or close the circle to the strategy, because strategy means what you just described. It's building a roadmap, and roadmap means focus on what is really paying into your goals and eliminate all the other noise. And the criteria, the ranking criteria, actually help you doing that.
No, I get it. And in terms of you're displaying, or by example here, a repetitive way, an algorithm to do that automatically. Because for me, writing a prompt like you did is like, I'm not that good in prompting. So, you need to really be smart to describe to the AI. You need to have that insight and that expertise in order to get that output. So
exactly. And this is actually the offering. When I said in the beginning, our business as strategy consultants has been completely changed, because what we are going to do, and we are started the process already, we will build tools like what you saw here in order to facilitate or orchestrate the strategy development process. That is the idea. And of course, you're totally right. This is the prompting Benjamin showed you is our know-how.
And what we kind of will figure out now, when we say like strategy as a software, because we also trying to figure out products or offerings that actually kind of display this slogan. Is exactly how to use AI to then write good prompts, or maybe implement them already to make a workflow out of it, kind of.
Okay. Then let's do a little bit of feedback round. Benjamin, could you show the 3 boxes for the feedback and bring everybody to you? And then just put a timer on 2 minutes or something. And if we would like to do us a favor, you fill out these 3 boxes, which the first one I do is, what did you learn? What did you like? And what is missed, the yellow part, what I wish you wished for to be politically correct, and not to be politically correct is what could be better.
If I may add one thing, Georg, I think this is a game changer because it commodizes the strategy making to small, medium, small enterprises. And you have a leverage and a repetitive leverage which others probably today do not have, but they will fast follow, right? Because that's that's the great thing. Because if a small enterprise, medium enterprise hears strategy, I can't afford it. I better do a little bit here and there. And your customers, the consultants, freelancers, can say, okay, with this framework and your help, I can approach a different segment, a different market, and I'm faster than others and cheaper. Right? It's like 3D printing, right? Same thing.
But we had, a little bit about what we are doing, Thomas. So our work mode, quote unquote work mode, is that we do workshops. And of course, you have then in these workshops, in order to be able to define something which pays into a strategy, you need the business users, you need the IT guys, you need the data guys, you maybe need the legal guys, you maybe need the unions, whatever
Yep.
it is,
Yeah.
depending on what type of data you're talking about. You have to bring these people together. You have to close them in a room, either physically or virtually. They
Yeah.
have to switch off their mobile and really focus
Correct.
on what they are doing. So this is a tedious thing, and the
Yes.
feedback we are getting is that there's less willingness to do this over the past years. If you show up with something like you just saw here, the process runs completely different. Everybody can sit on his desk, puts his input
Correct.
in there, and then you have a meeting where you just sit down for an hour and discuss the
Yeah.
results. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Very good. I like it.
There's one more question. How did you connect Lovable? Is it like a plugin from Matthias? Yeah. Just maybe a short information. It is the one of the new Miro features. It's an MCP
Model context
Model
protocol.
context protocol, right?
Uh-huh.
So it basically enables Lovable to access the Miro board and access information on the Miro board like tools, like calling a tool. So we haven't implemented this. It's now native into Miro integrated. It's a native integration of Miro.
Yeah.
And what I did, I said to Lovable, you can only use the data that is inside this frame, and I named it Lovable, and that's it. So and this is what Lovable did. So when I click this button, Lovable opens. Now I have to enable pop-ups here. So Lovable opens, and then it already starts. So now I have no credits, I think. So, but as you can see, it now would start to code the app, and I wouldn't have to do anything. It would automatically access the Miro board. Maybe it would ask for a permission. This can be, so you have to click sometimes at allow, but the way it is set up, it's idiot proof.
Yeah.
Monkey proof. That's the word.
So Ramon also had some comments. I'm just reading in the chat. I think the big part of the development process cannot be yes, the decision making, I totally agree, Ramon. The decision making can't be replaced, definitely not. So I'm convinced that our job as advisors is not going away to support with this goal. Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, of course, it's in the end the human is making the decision and not the AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be GDPR compliant, yeah.
So I lost my window. So I can't see you anymore. I lost that window.
Oh, okay.
It's gone. Anyway.
Yeah. So
I think
thank
we
you
are.
all for being here.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we will do, please, if you would like to join our community, go on the website datentreiber.com and click on the button community and you can subscribe. And we will do another Lunch and Learn, so watch the space. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And if you have further questions, just write them on the board.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, right.
So
Bye-bye.
All right, let's stop, or? Ah.
Yep. Ich habe echt das Fenster verloren. Stop the recording.